you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be playing the final game of a 3-game series against the Washington Nationals at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short. This channel is dedicated to covering live Orioles baseball, play-by-play and commentary, every game, every day or night. This channel started up last season, called all 162 games, first 23 games this season. What's that make, 185 in a row? Folks, 15 more games and BW hits streak, 200-game streak, and I think we should celebrate that. We're 15 games away from that. Not too bad. So, if you like baseball, if you're an Orioles fan, despite the fact that right now things aren't going so well, this is a great way to follow the team, have an interactive experience. We have the Charm City chat here, and we have a game tonight. Wow, is my sub count dropping as I talk? That's always a good plug for the channel. Whatever, man. You want to, what isn't going wrong, folks? It's Murphy's Law with the Orioles right now. And the reason why there's a few seconds of dead air before take me out to the ball game and me coming on, the second I was about to hit the live button, my aircon started leaking again. So yeah, just a bevy of problems. And, whoops, my laptop's poking over just a touch. What are you going to do? We're suffering. Tonight we're going to have Cade Povich on the mound against Mackenzie Gore for the Nationals. A couple of left-handed pitchers. Hopefully Cade Povich will bounce back after his worst start of the season last time out. He got shelled pretty hard by the Reds. And we're looking to avoid getting swept for the first time this season. As bad as things have been, we have not been swept yet. It would be nice to keep it that way, especially when you consider the week that we have coming up. Because, folks, you think things are bad now. We're about to head to Detroit for a 3-game series, which will include Scooble, the reigning Cy Young Award winner, on the mound on Sunday, the final game. Also, on top of that, according to the probable starters still listed, no move has been made yet. No announcement has been made official. Charlie Morton is the Saturday pitcher announced for us. And then after that Detroit series, we come home and play the Yankees 3 times. Folks, I'm a little bit worried. I look at that Detroit series, I see Morton's going to start, and I say to myself, well, how do we win that game? I mean, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. But we're 0-5 so far, and in none of those 5 games were we even close. So to me, that feels like a first loss of the series right there. And then you got to face Scooble on Sunday. What are our odds there? Even if you're doing well, that's asking a lot. But the way we've been going, how do you look at that and go, yeah, we got a chance? So if we lose 2 out of 3 in Detroit, and that's a best case scenario, and then we got to come back and play the Yankees. I mean, we're looking at a stretch of about a 10-game chunk. That last game against the Reds, this series, the Detroit series, and the Yankees series. That's 10 games right there. If we go 2-8, by the way, we're 0-3 so far in this 10-game stretch I'm talking about. If we go 2-8, which means going 2-5 the rest of the way, I think that's kind of a realistic prediction. You hope for maybe 3-7 in this 10-game stretch, 4-6 if everything went right. That would mean going 4-4 the rest of the way. We'd have to play 500 ball for the next 8 games. I don't know if we can do that. So, yeah, folks, things are pretty rough. But look, this game's starting relatively soon. The first 2 games of the series started 6:45. This one, for some reason, starting 5 minutes earlier. And I didn't start my stream 5 minutes earlier, so it's a bit of a condensed intro. There is some other news to go over, but let me go over the starting lineups and get that out of the way. And, of course, I've got a comment about that as well. It's mind-boggling. Yeah. So Tyler O'Neill is not in the lineup tonight, and Brandon Hyde says that he is out because he's still feeling some neck stiffness. And Hyde followed up with a comment after that saying that he is hoping that O'Neill will be available off the bench tonight if needed. My question is, how many people are here already? Maybe I should ask this later when the room fills up a little bigger. But I've been saying this on the broadcast now for at least 2-3 games that Tyler O'Neill, to me, doesn't look right. And I felt like, it was clearly since he came back from that original neck stiffness layoff a couple of games. And I'm sitting there going, is his neck actually okay? Apparently not. And that I got a problem with this because somebody is not being 100% honest with this situation. At least that's my opinion, right? Either Tyler O'Neill was like, I'm feeling better, I'm ready to go, but he really wasn't. And then he was hurting the team by putting himself out there and basically being an automatic out since he came back. Or the team said, you know what, we really need you out there, man. Do you think you can do it? Like they pressured him to get him back out there in the lineup. Maybe Brandon or maybe Mike Elias is like, look, we got to have our big free agent bat in that lineup. We better put him in there. I don't know, folks, but this was not handled correctly, clearly, because he's still dealing with the same issue. And I'm not happy with the prospect of like every other week he has to sit a couple of games because his neck is cramping or something. Like, we got to fix the problem. And when he's 100%, we put him back on the lineup. But something ain't right. Nothing's adding up for me. Then you got the fact that Jorge Mateo is in this lineup again. And there's a quote from Brandon Hyde about that. On Jorge Mateo getting a start, Hyde notes that he doesn't want players to, quote, just feel stale on the bench and wants to pick spots to find ABs for guys. It's already tough enough not to have everyday at-bats, and Jorge's had good numbers against lefties last couple of years. Last couple of years, maybe. This year, no. Ramon Arias is not in the lineup. And last I checked, Ramon could use some regular ABs too. Oh, great. Now I have to, hold on a sec. I have to fiddle with my other computer. But yeah, I'll fill in the gaps there in a sec. But I got a bit of a emergency. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, so here's the deal. Brandon Hyde's talking about, I don't want a guy like Mateo getting stale. We need him to get him in there and find him some at-bats. And against lefties, he's been good the past couple of years. Let's talk about that because this season, Ramon Arias, who, by the way, to me isn't really considered an everyday player, he could use more at-bats. Arias against lefties this season, 4 for 9, a 444 average with a double, 3 walks, 4 RBI, a 583 on base percentage, a 556 slugging percentage, which totals an OPS of 1,000.139. Said Mullins, the only bat on the team with better numbers against lefties. And then you got Jorge Mateo. He's 1 for 11. He hasn't scored a run while playing against a lefty. That's my number one thing. Extra base hits, RBI, whatever. The slugging, I'm not expecting much from Mateo, but the dude hasn't even scored a run in the lineup against lefties. And also, somebody had a stat yesterday that said something like when Mateo's playing, we're like 0-8. And when Arias is playing versus not playing, we got a winning record when Arias is playing, something like 9-6. Or actually, it's changed now. Well, now it's 9-7. Or no, it's 9-6 when he plays, and what is it? No, he did play last night. So yeah, 9-7 when he plays, 0-7 when he doesn't. So yeah, why is Jorge Mateo in this lineup? Stale. Look, there's one thing Mateo can help this team with, and that is his speed. But his speed is meaningless if he can't get on base. The only way to help is to be on the bench so that you can use him later in the game to pinch run for somebody else to score what could be a very important run. And that is a valuable weapon to have, and we can use him for that. So, and by the way, the scoring he has done this year, the bases he's stolen this year, all but one have been in the role of a pinch runner. So just give him that role. I understand starting him once in a blue moon, but the way the team is playing right now, we can't afford his bat in the lineup and sit a guy like Ramon Arias. It makes no sense. And, yeah. With Tyler O'Neill out of the lineup, it does give Ryan O'Hearn a rare start against lefties. What they've done is put Kjerstad, Laureano, and Mullins in the outfield. Mountcastle's at first, so the DH doesn't go to Gary Sanchez against a lefty, which has usually been the case. O'Hearn will start today. This is the lineup. We're about to get started. Sud Mullins will lead off and play center field. Adley Rutschman will do the catching and bat second. Gunnar Henderson will hit third and be at shortstop. Ryan Mountcastle, the cleanup hitter, at first base. Jordan Westberg will bat fifth and play third. Heston Kjerstad in left field hitting sixth. Hitting seventh, Ramon Laureano in right field. Ryan O'Hearn, the DH, batting eighth. And Jorge Mateo, with his 1 for 17 average, will hit ninth and play second base. Mackenzie Gore appears to be about ready to go. I just don't know if my stream is. It's doing a lot of pausing right now, and I'm not too happy about it. I'm going to try to refresh this stream. But, yeah, folks. So two major things that I got a problem with at the start of this game. One is Charlie Morton is the probable starter for the game on Saturday. There has been no formal announcement of him being moved to the pen, of somebody else like Gibson getting called up, and that could still happen. They may wait until the morning of to make all of those moves. That's still a possibility, but as of right now, seeing that Charlie Morton is the announced Saturday starter makes me quite unhappy. And then to see Mateo in this lineup over Ramon, it's just two things that make me go like, are you guys even attempting to address the issues of this team? Not sure, folks, but here we go. Ball game ready to go, said Mullins.
Well said, now you know what to do.
First pitch of the ball game is high from Gore for ball one. 297 the average, 6 homers, 19 driven in. I mean, you ask why Holiday's not in the lineup. I mean, it's either Holiday or Arias, Michael. You're probably going to want to have Westberg in there, and Gunner's not going to sit. And it's a lefty starter. Mullins gets into one to right. And it's going to hang up there just in front of the warning track for the first out. One away, flying out to the right fielder, Alex Call, who's starting tonight for the Nationals. I'll go over their lineup between innings. By the way, big news for D.C. C.J. Abrams is back after a stint on the disabled list. He is starting and hitting leadoff, playing shortstop for the Nats tonight. So their lineup just got stronger. Adley Rutschman at the plate.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
He had a couple of hits yesterday, averaged at 214, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball for strike one. Yeah, this whole idea of like a player being stale. Well, if they're stale when they're Adley opposite field, but foul. 0-2. The problem is, Brandon, the entire team is stale. So what you have to do is play your best batters, whoever it is, and sit your worst. When we start playing like, 500 or better ball, then maybe you can start thinking about those things. But right now we need the best guys that we got every night. 0-2 pitch is low to Rutschman to count a ball and 2 strikes. Rutschman's had a pair of multi-hit games in his last 3, so some signs of getting it together. The only other time he had a multi-hit game was back on opening day. Batting right-handed against the lefty Gore, the 2-2 pitch, outside, ball 3. Full count, 1 out, just getting started, top of the first. Base is empty. And the payoff pitch is called a strike. It was outside. I can't believe this, man. Come on, man. By the way, there was some data that was released that showed that the Orioles have gotten more bad calls on balls and strikes than any other team in baseball. Now, am I going to point to that and say that's why we're sitting here 9-14? No. But can I look at something like that and say maybe one of these games would have been a win instead of a loss because of the umps? Yeah, I think maybe one. Gunnar Henderson's at the plate. First pitch is strike 1. Next pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
His name's Gunnar and he's dating my mom.
212 average, 2 homers, 3 driven in. Hey, Fitzy, how you doing? Nope, Bacon already had his turn in this series. He behind the plate for the first game, so that should put him at second base tonight. 2-1 on Gunnar. Pitch. That's low, 3-1. 97 on the fastball from Gore. Nationals wearing their navy blue shirts, white pants. The Orioles wearing gray shirts and pants. Three-one pitch, swing and a miss. Gunnar got a 3-1 fastball, couldn't touch it. Gore's got the second best strikeout rate in baseball so far this season. Only Logan Gilbert has struck out batters more frequently. Gunnar with a ball hit on the ground to first. Lowe will flip it to McGore. And the inning is over. The Orioles retired 1-2-3. And Cade Povich is going to work his way out to the mound. And let's see what he's got tonight. Half an inning in the books. The Orioles nothing and the Nationals coming up. Yeah, so that is, let me go back here to this. This guy's got Twitter's normally not the place I go for good takes, but in that response in the comments section about Hyde saying Jorge doesn't want to be stale, good numbers against lefties last couple of years, somebody wrote, sounds reasonable, except Hyde didn't apply the same reasoning to Kjerstad last year when he grew stale on the bench. And you know what? That's true. I mean, Kjerstad spent a lot of time when he was with the big club last year not getting playing time. How is he supposed to get better? And that's a guy that's a prospect that's trying to grow into a big leaguer. Mateo is an established player who knows his role. We know what his ceiling is. We kind of know. We've already seen it. Kjerstad's a guy you're trying to develop. So if this stale theory or philosophy, whatever you want to call it, is true, then yeah, what about Kjerstad last year? Things are tough all over, folks. I think I forgot to report last night that Zach Eflin is throwing off a mound. He's set to throw off a mound on Friday or Saturday. So Eflin is beginning his work back on the mound. I'm guessing he said he doesn't need a rehab start, but it's getting to the point where he'll probably have to make one. James Wood goes after the first pitch from Cade Povich, pops it up to shallow left. Kjerstad will come in and make the catch. One pitch, one out to begin the night for Povich. Left to right in the outfield, Kjerstad, Mullins, and Laureano. Westberg at third, Gunnar at short, Mateo at second, Mountie at first, and Rutschman behind the plate. Here's Alex Call. Came on as a pinch hitter last night and got on base. Came around to score, I believe. First pitch is a called strike on the outside edge. Good location from Povich. Not a whole lot of action for Call in the early going, but he's hitting .310, has 8 RBI, no homers. Change up outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. I realize Kjerstad in the outfield was trouble, especially when the wall was deeper in Baltimore. When we would try to play him in left field at Camden Yards, here's a ground ball to short. Gunnar will fire it to first to get the out. 2 away. First 2 batters retired from Povich. But, and it makes it tough. Because of that wall situation, Santander was basically relegated to right field. And Kjerstad really couldn't play over there. They tried to put him in left, and that was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. James Wood takes a called strike. But the thing is, the organization, it's up to them to look at that and go, okay, well, if he doesn't really have a path, if we can't put him out here, if we can't play him against this lopsided pitcher or whatever the case may be. If they're looking at it and going, well, where are the at-bats? Well, then put him back in AAA so he can continue to get regular playing time until the opening is there. Either way, I don't feel like they treated the Kjerstad situation last year as well as they could have. This pitch on 0-2 is in the dirt from Povich. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So with C.J. Abrams now back in the lineup, he goes into the leadoff spot, and James Wood now moves down to the 3-hole. Wood has had a nice series so far, and he fouls this 1-2 pitch away. Who's calling the game? I thought I was. Have I done a terrible job already? Give me a chance. 1-2 is low. Oh, the scoreboard. Oh, I need to adjust something. Something isn't right. Stand by for the scoreboard. Two. That was in the zone. I don't believe it. Why do we get so many calls bad against us? That was strike 3. Top of the zone, outside corner. Ball completely in the zone. Payoff pitch, and now we walk him.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling? Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling? Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Keeper Ruiz fouls the first pitch back. Hey, by the way, when I looked at that data about which teams are getting the worst calls, it also listed all the way to the teams getting the most favorable calls in their favor. Because for every bad call, there's a good call going somewhere else. There's a called strike, 0-2 on Ruiz. The team who's getting the best calls, oh, you're going to enjoy this news. They're the team that we go play tomorrow for the weekend. The Tigers. That pitch gets away, and the runner will move up to second base now. The guy that should have been struck out, then walks, is now in scoring position with 2 down, and if he comes in to score, I'm going to have a coronary, which might increase my views. Could have a viral video situation on our hands here, folks. 1-2 on Ruiz. This ball's hit to left. Kjerstad is there, and that will end the inning. It doesn't cost us, although Povich had to throw an extra 4 or 5 pitches he shouldn't have had to. And now they're going to check for sticky stuff. Remember, folks, whenever you see an ump in a given series, he's not going to be behind the plate twice, even in a 4-game series, because they rotate around. So Bacon was behind the plate game 1. He was at third base last night, which means he's at second base tonight. Rotation. At the end of 1, no score, Orioles and Nationals. Or was that just, were you just trying to get me to play the Bacon?
Oh boy, no. It's bacon!
Was that what that, were you just wanting me to hit that? Maybe that's what it was. Huh? Jeez, Dan, I didn't even see your other comment. I'm reading your first comment, dude. Are you... Dude, I read... Where is it? I read Mazo saying, is Bacon behind the plate? Dan, okay, don't take it personally, dude. I wasn't reading your comment. I'm sorry. I was answering Mazo, okay? So the guy that's behind the plate tonight, so that everybody's copacetic here, is Dan Iasogna, whatever. It's I and then ass and then OGNA. What is that? Spoiler alert? What is this? I don't know if this is a real super chat or not. John, what is that right there? I guess you can pick an emoji to put in there. This is the first time I ever seen anything like this. Thanks for the super chat, though.
Message for you, son. Message for you, son.
Yeah. Does that say spoiler alert? It's so tiny, my vision is terrible. Ryan Mountcastle at the plate. First pitch is ball 1. Thanks again for that super chat.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Right, the super sticker. Whoa, John has found the super stickers for another one. Thanks again.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
1-1 pitch to Mountie, swung on a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Mountcastle's average at 239. Thanks again, John. I wish the stickers would allow, like the chats, the ability for other people to hit the like button on it so that, you know, they're trying to let you know you did a nice thing. But Ms. Janet Hill says thank you. Check swing on Mountcastle. They appeal. He didn't go. It's 2-2. And this pitch is a breaking ball left high. Full count to the leadoff man, Mountie, top of the second, no score. There's C.B. Buckner down there at third base tonight. Payoff pitch. Upstairs, it goes all the way to the backstop. That is ball 4. We've got our first base runner of the night. Folks.
I'm walking here.
Hey, by the way, nobody spoke up. First of all, 2 things. 1, remember that music bed I was using last night? I'm probably not using it again. Because even though I went to another site that said this is free music, I play it and then I get an email telling me how I'm sharing my ad revenue with whoever's song that is. Here's a line drive base hit in the left field for Westberg. Mountie will stop at second. The Orioles have the first 2 men on and nobody out. That was 109 off the bat. That ball was tattooed. Nobody out. And we need to manufacture at least 1 run here. We're not the kind of Kerstad's not a manufacturer, though. That's the problem. He's not a move a guy over kind of a guy. Unless it's a deep fly ball. I can get that runner at second over to third. So, Heston, we need you to hit this ball at least about 350 feet. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Folks. Yeah, so my soundboard, because of that music, I also turned down the volume overall. So all my other sound effects yesterday were super low. Nobody said anything. Swing and a miss. That pitch was below the zone, 1-2. Folks, you got to help me out. Like, hey, BW, it seems like all your sound effects are really difficult to hear now. What happened? I think everything's fixed now, but I can't use that song. Swing and a miss. That's what I'm talking about, man. Damn. Kerstad chases one. That ball is just about in the dirt, and he chased it. Strikes out. Runners don't move up. Not playing fundamental baseball. Not trying to play a little bit of small ball to maybe give us a lead for a change early. Here's Ramon Laureano. He takes a called strike, top of the zone.
Ramon just threw a rock at me.
I'm going to have to turn that aircon back on and just deal with the leaks. First and second, one away. Pitch. That one's lifted in the air to center. Shallow coming in and making the catch is Dylan Cruz. 2 down. First and second, nobody has moved. Ryan O'Hearn's hitting .281. Again, getting a rare start against a lefty starter. First pitch to him is a called strike, knee high on the outside corner. Tell you what, if O'Hearn comes through with a 2-out RBI off a lefty, you better not be sitting him against lefties going forward. Pitch. That one is fouled away, and he's in the hole 0-2. The Orioles in this series, with runners in scoring position, 1 hit in 21 attempts. That's about an 0.40 something average. Pitch foul back, still 0-2. Come on, we need a bugle. It's hot in here already. I mean, my aircon didn't just start leaking like drip, drip, like water was pouring out. That's why I had to run and turn it off. The 0-2 pitch, check swing, appeal, no swing, says Buckner. Thanks, CB. By the way, for those wondering, CB is known as, or stands for C blocker. Not many people know that. One-two pitch to O'Hearn. In the dirt, 2-2. All right, apparently my jokes tonight aren't landing either. It'd be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. That one's hit on the ground, foul. O'Hearn hanging in there. CB Buckner, C blocker. Buckner, nothing? All right. I'll go back to the drawing board. Another 2-2 to O'Hearn. Low and away, full count. Ryan O'Hearn is working himself a very good at-bat here. The Orioles have been working the count. They've gotten Gore up to 35 pitches here in the second. Did my chat break? Come on, folks. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. The Orioles get the first 2 men on, and they don't move. We go to the bottom of the second. No score. Now, this sub count thing is crazy, dude. Because, folks, we were up to 25-60 something before this game started. Let me confirm that. What's going on with this? Why is this sub count thing on my channel is starting to... I'm ready to just move on from this. I'll tell you what. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm at 25-60. So, I don't know. I could try to hit the refresh on this, see if that does something. Whoops. I'm hitting the wrong button over and over again. What am I trying to hit? Oh, refresh. Oh, for the love of God. There, refresh that. Thank you. I don't know. Shows 2560 on my channel. Beats me. Over 100 people in chat. Folks, we're in the commercial break, and we got a lot of baseball left to play. So why don't you do me a favor? I want you to grab a snack, a drink, maybe a six-pack, whatever vices you need. But settle in and go ahead and hit that like button. Get it out of the way. It just takes a second. Hit that thumbs up at the bottom of your screen. It really helps out the channel. And less than half of the people here right now have done it. It would really help out if you did. Ain't that right, Charm City chat? Show of hands in the chat. Who's already hit the like button? Let's show those who haven't how easy it is. Bottom of the second. And the first pitch to Nathaniel Lowe is low. Low to low. Ball one from Povich. Low hitting 291. Another super sticker from John. John, if for no other reason, I mean, the number one reason is thank you for supporting the channel. But secondly, thank you for showing me what all these stickers are we have, because I've never really seen these. Thanks, John.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
1-1 on Lowe, leading off the bottom of the second. And why is Melanie Newman talking about the Savannah Bananas right now? Are we trying to pull inspiration from the Savannah Bananas? Pitch is up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Melanie, hun, go grab me a beer from the concession stand, will you? That sounds misogynistic. It wasn't meant to be. That ball's hit to right center field pretty deep. And Mullins is going to make the catch in front of Laureano out there for the first out here in the bottom of the second. Yeah, Miguel, the Orioles are, they're working the counts. They're fouling some pitches off. They look a little more focused. They just having troubles cashing in the runs. We're getting traffic on the bases last game and change. Just can't come up with a big hit. Ahmed Rosario at the plate. By the way, I never went over the entire Nationals lineup. That is sacrilege. Rosario getting his first start in this series, and he lines one into left center field. That one's going to roll all the way to the wall. Rosario's got pretty good speed, but he's going to settle in with a stand-up double. A 1-out double, his third 2-bagger of the season. So the Nationals lineup is Abrams at short, leading off. Alex Collin right hitting second. James Wood in left hitting third. Ruiz, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Lowe hitting fifth at first base. Rosario, who just got that double, is at third base, batting sixth. Josh Bell coming up now, DHing in the seventh spot. And then you got Dylan Cruz in center hitting eighth. And Luis Garcia Jr., who was third in the order the first 2 games. Now batting in the 9 hole. That's quite the move. 0-1 on Josh Bell. Hit a home run off of Sagano last night. He hung a curveball to Bell. There's a called strike, 0-2. 1 out, runner at second. No score, bottom of the second. Josh Bell has done well against Baltimore in his career. .357 average in 19 games. Came up with the Pirates back in the day, I believe. He hits this one in the left center, and that's going to drop in for a hit, and the Nationals are going to take the lead. RBI single, scoring Rosario. And we're playing from behind again. We get 2 men on. We can't even move them. They get 1 guy on. Next batter, he's scoring in. He's scoring. Anybody see what's going wrong here? Oh, sorry. We should be over here. Dylan Cruz hitting 195 takes the first pitch. Strike. Chilo, get rid of the brooms. Get rid of them. Don't want to see them. That's something that an opposing fan coming into my chat would do to us. We don't do that to ourselves, Chilo. We don't do that. We're still learning, I guess, the boundaries between criticism and mocking our team. Get rid of the brooms. Get rid of them. 0-2 the count on Cruz. The swing and a miss. That's the second out. First strikeout for Povich.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Constructive criticism and, justified frustration. That's one thing. Mocking a team, almost enjoying that we're doing badly, different. You see? I'm doing okay right now, Alex, but thanks for asking. Garcia Jr. up now with 2 down, runner at first. He's got a 1-0 count. And he pops it up. This should end the inning on the infield. Who wants it? Westberg. In front of the pitcher's mound, makes the catch and the inning is over. But a double by Rosario, an RBI single by Bell. First 2 hits of the night for the Nationals gets them a run on the board. We head to the third inning now. Washington 1 and Baltimore nothing. Hey, Robert. Drinking a Hoptomic Rush from Southern Tier. Okay, so Hoptomic, I'm going to assume this is a beer that's very hoppy. I'm really not a beer connoisseur, so unless it's like a Natty Boh or PBR, I don't know. But sounds like a craft beer there, Robert. Is it good? I need a craft something, I'll tell you that. It is, good guess. Yeah, that hop part. I had a roommate back in the day that was a beer. Well, we call them beer snobs. But I've been called a hipster back in my day. And you know what? When I was like a teenager, maybe into the college, being referred to as a hipster wasn't such a negative connotation. But then it became one. The millennial version of the hipster. So now I'm like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that title. Just call me, aloof, irreverent, a genius. Any of those will do. Can we let Povich hit instead of Mateo? I don't know. I'll let you know after this at bat from Jorge. Mateo's hitting .059. One hit. A University of South Carolina Gamecock there, Timothy. Pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mateo. No homers, no RBI. Got a couple of errors, though. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled right there in front of him at the plate. 1-2. I mean, look, folks. I'm going to root for him to succeed. Just don't feel like he should be in the lineup. You got Arias. Other people want to see Holiday. Called strike 3 on a curveball on the back door, and Mateo goes down looking. To be fair, it was a perfect pitch. This ball started way outside, and it just kissed the outside corner. You just wish you'd be ready to, reach out and foul it away once you start seeing it breaking him back, not just fully give up on it. That's the problem. Mullins looks at a curveball for a strike. It's our 4 times a night love affair with said Mullins.
Folks said, now you know what to do.
Leads the team in hits, homers, RBIs, and walks. And I believe steals as well. The 0-2. That one's hit hard in the center, but right at Cruz. And now we got this thing going as well. Folks, we've had a lot of hard hit balls. Even when we went terribly with runners in scoring position last night, there was at least 3, maybe 4 of those at bats that wound up with a hard hit ball somewhere, but right at somebody. And if only one of those had found, real estate, could have been a completely different result last night. Adley Rutschman up with 2 down, bases empty.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
He hits a ball hard on the ground, backhanded by Abrams at short. His first play since coming back off the DL, and he makes it easily. Rutschman retired. The Orioles go quietly in the 3rd. On to the bottom half, 1-0 Nationals. Well, if nothing else, this could be a quick game. Once again, folks, if you weren't here at the start of the show, if you're wondering why Jorge Mateo is in the lineup, Brandon Hyde says, quote, he doesn't want players to just feel stale on the bench. Wants to pick spots to find ABs for his guys. Quote, it's already tough enough not to have everyday at-bats, and Jorge's had good numbers against lefties the last couple of years. Here's my take. It's tough enough to not have everyday at-bats. Ramon Arias is not getting everyday at-bats. Ramon Arias is lucky to play 2 games in a 3-game series. So, the guy that's got like the second best hitting stats on the team and also has a gold glove to his name. I mean, not only is Mateo an offensive downgrade from Arias, he's a defensive one too. Again, Mateo, look, I'm sorry you're slumping, man, but our team can't afford to have you in the lineup when we know that you're the worst of the worst. So, utilize the one thing, the one attribute that you have that can help this team. You can help this team in one way. On the bench as a pinch runner or a late defensive replacement for some reason. That's it. That's your role until further notice. I'm not worried about you going stale. If you're already stale, what's the difference? Hyde's acting like, oh, I don't want a guy hitting, 280 to go stale. He's hitting 050, Brandon. And we need every batter in this lineup we can that will give us the best possible chance. Because I don't know if you noticed, but we're having trouble stringing the hits together to get the runs in. Every time you come across a guy like Mateo in the lineup, just puts up a giant roadblock in your rally attempt. Here's C.J. Abrams leading off the bottom of the 3rd. He takes the first pitch strike. The next one's low and away. It's 1-1. Robert sending in a super sticker. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. You guys are getting into the whole sticker thing now.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
This pitch is on the bottom of the zone for called strike 2. 1-2 on Abrams. Povich kicks and deals. Swing and a miss on a sweeper that dropped low and outside to get Abrams to chase. Nice chase pitch there from Povich with that 1-2 count.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Y'all come back now, yeah? Y'all come back now, yeah? Alex Call takes a first pitch curveball for a strike at the knees inside edge. Povich has thrown first pitch strikes to 9 of the first 11 batters he has faced. There's a breaking ball that stays outside, 1-1. I read that Elias was asked what they were going to do with Morton. He said he would have at least 3 more appearances before. But appearances doesn't necessarily mean starts. Did he say appearances or starts? Because that was my call. Like, you put him in the pen, you keep him out there a few weeks, you bring him in maybe once a week to mop up, give him a chance to show he's got something working, and then maybe you think about giving him another shot. And if he still looks bad in the pen, then you just cut him all together. But yeah, is it appearances or starts? I don't want to make him 3 more starts. That ball is hit over the glove of Mateo into right center field for a 1-out single by Alex Call. Okay, so yeah, Janet. Yeah, if that could be kind of a, what do you call it? A reading between the lines kind of a statement. The fact that they said appearances and not starts, that's kind of a way of hinting that Morton could be destined for the bullpen without just coming out and saying it. I don't think they want to come out and say it until the morning of his probable start on Saturday. Because for one reason or another, something else can happen. Another pitcher might have an issue, and we just need Morton because we just don't have anybody. You know, if you say Morton's done right now, when you might have a reason to go to him, that's not going to help him if he did have to pitch. So, yeah, I think they're playing it close to the vest and waiting for Saturday to hopefully say Morton's out of the rotation. Here's our actual Saturday starter, Kyle Gibson. We'll see. James Wood at the plate. He's got an 0-1 count. He walked his first time up. He's got a runner at first, 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd. Next pitch is foul back. It's 0-2. Anyone have an email address? How do we complain to the front office? I mean, I'll tell you this. There's no way that the front office doesn't take a look at Orioles Twitter and see that 95% of comments are not just negative, but like angry. Like, well, I don't, they know. There's a called strike 3. James Wood didn't even move the bat, and that pitch was right there. A lot of the plate. Povich will take it.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
That's what I'm talking about with Povich. You got a nice mix of pitches. Sometimes you can make a batter focused on a particular pitch, and then you can just sneak a low 90s fastball right in there for a called strike and a punch out. Here is Hebert Ruiz, 0 for 1, and first pitch is a strike. 2 down, runner at first. That pitch is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Offense has got to show up tonight. Not going to get any easier in Detroit. In fact, it's going to get a pickoff. Povich picks off Alex Call over at first base. Get out of here.
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
All right. Nice job, Povich. That ends the inning. Well, Act 1 is over. On to Act 2. Top of the fourth coming up. Top part of the order coming up. Well, I guess, what is this? 3, 4, 5? Where we got Gunnar hitting tonight? Third? 3, 4, and 5 due up. Meat of the order, as they say. Although with our offense lately, this meat tastes like tofurkey. I'll be right back. Gonna, try and air out the room. I turned off the aircon, but didn't bother to open up the door. So I'm just in this hot box. Speaking of hot boxing, I don't know. I'll be right back.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
1-0 on Gunnar Henderson, leading off the top of the fourth. Next pitch is hit right back up the middle. Abrams on the second base side of the bag out there. Fields it and throws out Henderson, 1 away. Abrams is a pretty smooth shortstop. What's this about fixing hair? Do I need to... You guys want my Brian Roberts hair to make a return tonight? It is sweaty enough this morning. I can style it any way I want. Here's Ryan Mountcastle, swing and a miss.
Okay, mount up.
Oh, 1 pitch foul back. 0-2 on Mountie. 1 out, nobody on. Folks, we're only one of 4 teams left in baseball without 10 wins. Did you know that? 2 of those other 3 teams are basically already out of the playoff contention and were never thought to be. The Chicago White Sox and the Colorado Rockies. I think one of those teams has 5 wins and the other has 4. Here's a ground ball to third. And Mountcastle's retired on a couple of pitches. 2 down. So basically the only other team without 10 wins yet, at least coming into today, was the Minnesota Twins. They have a 9-15 record. They're basically just a half game behind us. So we are not doing well. Well, I wouldn't, Chilo. And if you think that we are, then why are you here? If you think that we have no chance, then why are you here? Just answer me that, and then I'll leave you alone. 0-1 pitch. Swung on a missed. 0-2 the count. Just tell me. And then I'll drop it. I won't, to see if anything changes. But we're out of contention. What does it matter? If something changes, but we are out of contention, what does it matter? Yeah, there'll be a change. Andrew Kittredge will join the bullpen in a couple of weeks. Jordan Westberg is out on strikes, and he's talking to the home plate umpire about it. And that inning ends. 4 innings to the plate. The Orioles have 1 hit. Chilo, you just don't make sense to me, buddy. Constantly. It's amazing how consistently you don't make sense to me. Anyway, hopefully this special lucky will calm me down. Yahoo Sports says that Boston wants to trade Houck for Basayo. Yeah, not happening. Basayo's my only untouchable, unless you're talking about a guy that's like a Scooble. Or, I don't know, maybe one of the younger top pitchers in the Seattle rotation. They got to be young, already established, 30-plus start guys, all-stars. I'm not taking Tanner Houck. That's not thick enough for me. I know he's not trash, but that's just not enough. Is it time for the crown? I just want Chilo to stare at the last 2 comments left. One says, we're out of contention. The other says, I'm here to see if anything changes. Let me know how those 2 sentences make sense together. Please. I'd love to know. I guess I'm here to see if Chilo changes. All right, bottom of the 4th. First pitch to Ruiz is fouled away 0-1. Sandwich powers? Oh, it's got to be a sandwich, a sandwich. I don't know if it will help. There's a swing and either a miss or a foul tip at the plate. It's 0-2 on Ruiz. I think it's possible, Mr. Hyde. More and more owners are talking about being okay with it. I think during the next collective bargaining agreement, that's probably going to be a major discussion. This ball's hit softly to Gunnar. He throws on the run and makes the play to retire Ruiz. 1 down in the bottom of the 4th. Cade Povich, he's doing his thing. Much better looking than that last start so far. 3 1/3 innings. He's given up the 1 run. He hasn't thrown more than 15 pitches in any inning. And he hasn't walked anybody. Here is Nathaniel Lowe, and he fouls one away. Strike 1. I guess I'll never get an answer how those 2 comments make sense. So then we're not out of contention. By that definition, by that explanation, we're not out of contention because there's a chance. Right? There is time for things to change. So, ergo, we're not out of contention. Thank you. The 0-2 pitch is off the plate 1-2. I mean, the thing is, I agree with you. If we play like we are now, of course, we're not going anywhere. No, we don't need a rocket scientist to tell us that. It's just your default to the worst take setting that I wish could somehow be toggled off. There's a strikeout of Nathaniel Lowe looking on the outside corner. I'm done for the night. My interaction with all that is done for the night.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I've had enough of that. Ahmed Rosario up with 2 down, and he pops it up. First base side foul ground. Looks like there's going to be room. And Mountcastle makes the catch. Cade Povich with another strong inning of work. We're through 4. Nationals have 3 hits and a run. We've got 1 hit and no runs. Both teams have left 2 men on base. Hey there, Alex. Good night to you. Well, then, Billy, again, I would just simply ask, what are you watching? What are you watching the team right now for? For me, if I had made up my mind that this team has no chance to turn things around, look, I'm not saying we're going to be playing 600 ball with the team we have right now. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle until we get some reinforcements, okay? But am I going to say this season is over with? No. And if anybody out there thinks that it is, then my simple question is, why do you continue to watch if you're convinced it's over? For me, when I know something's over, I tend to, move on. Or at least just, just sort of take that to be the case, and that's it. I mean, some things are out of my control. I just don't. I don't know. And Chilo's just desperate for anybody that is somewhat on Chilo's side. So it's just a big old true and an at mention of the one person that Chilo's trying to find some kind of alliance with. Okay. Makes sense. Folks, tune in next week when the channel gets renamed to the BirdWatcher and Chilo channel. Heston Kjerstad's at the plate. First pitch is a ball, and the second pitch is low, 2-0, leading off the top of the 5th. This one is a swing and a foul. Umpire put a new ball in the catcher's glove. I didn't see where the ball went, but it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Count now 2-2. This pitch is low. We got a full count on Kjerstad. By the way, folks, one decent swing ties this game. Payoff pitch. And that's not the decent swing we needed. That's a swing and a miss. Kjerstad strikes out again. Make that 6 strikeouts already for Mackenzie Gore. Here is Laureano.
Ramon just threw a rock at me.
Low and away, 2-0 the count. Gore's fallen behind 1-0, 2-0 on a lot of batters tonight, but it hasn't really mattered. That one's lifted in the left by Laureano pretty well on a 2-0 pitch. It's over the head of the left fielder, Wood. Laureano's chugging into second base. He's going to have himself a one-out double. That's the tying run out there at second base. Nice swing there from Ramon.
Splish, splash, I was taking a bath.
That is the first two-bagger of the season for Laureano. He's got 3 home runs. 2-0 fastball right in there, and he hit it 110.9. Call it 111. Rounded up. 111 off the bat. Here's Ryan O'Hearn. He takes low and in. O'Hearn had a really long at-bat his last time up, but he just couldn't break through with that hit we needed to get on the board. He's got a runner at second now. And a swing and a miss. That pitch is low, 2-0. We need to turn and burn.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
That ball's in the left center. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. Laureano is going to try to score on this, and the throw is offline. He walks in, standing. It's an RBI double for Ryan O'Hearn off a lefty. Geez, it's almost like this lefty-righty platoon nonsense is finally being exposed for the fraud that it is. Play our best hitters, and we can maybe score. Holy cow. One out, and Mateo at the plate, and he swings at a pitch in the dirt. 0-1. Tell you what I really think? Well, I think when it comes to this game, now that we're tied, we're in contention. That's my thought. That ball is chopped foul off to the left, and Mateo in an 0-2 hole. I'll be right back. Gotta close that door behind me again. Oh, 2 pitch fouled away. And yeah, got Ryan O'Hearn out there at second base as the go-ahead run. If Mateo can't do anything, we got set on deck. Pitch. That's taken in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Robert with another super sticker. Thank you, Robert. You guys are loving the stickers. I guess I should have talked about them more. I've never talked about the stickers.
Message for you, son. Message for you, son.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
That ball's lined, and it's stopped by Abrams, but he's got no other play. Oh, no, he caught it? Wow. What a catch by Abrams. Wait a minute. Mateo's going to be called out at first, but I thought they said that they caught the ball on the catch, on the line. What the hell is this? What is this? Mateo never went to first. Yeah, that ball's caught on the fly. Why? What are they talking about? What now? 2 down, runner at second. I mean, honestly, that helps because otherwise it'd be a runner at first with 2 down. Instead, we got a runner at second because they're saying that he didn't catch that ball. And why would we challenge? We get an extra base. Mullins at the plate. Or wait, Laureano was already at second? I'm lost. I might have screwed up on that. By the way, I got to change the lighting again now that the sun's up. I'm starting to turn pink. 0-1 on said. Come on, folks. We need a big hit.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Pitch. Popped foul behind the plate. 0-2. Come on, buddy. Yeah, looked like a catch to me. Said is 7 for 17 with 14 RBI when a runner is in scoring position. The pitch. Fouled off to the right, still 0-2. C blocker Buckner. Maybe. Here comes another 0-2 to Mullins. He takes that one in the dirt. Charm City chat. One-two pitch is fouled off to the right. I mean, the numbers don't lie, folks, with Mateo. The team has yet to win when he's in the lineup. And regarding Arias, we have a winning record when he's in the lineup. And when he's not in the lineup, we have yet to win. So, if we can't win when Arias is not in the lineup, and we can't win when Mateo is in the lineup, kind of makes me think Arias is the better option than Mateo. I don't know. I guess it's big brain stuff. I might need to talk to Neil deGrasse Tyson about this stuff. This pitch is low and away. Full count on Mullins. Come on, buddy. You've worked it full. Said is working at bats, man. He's working them. Come on. Mackenzie Gore steps off the rubber. It's Ryan O'Hearn at second base with 2 down. He drove in the run to tie the game, and he represents the go-ahead run. The payoff pitch is just got a piece tapped at foul behind the plate. Said's like, let me make sure that ball doesn't wind up in the zone. Let me get a piece, stay alive, and wait for a better pitch. Because I'm Said. And I know what to do.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Next pitch from Gore will be number 80 on the night. We're only in the 5th. Here it comes. Swinging up the middle. And that is through a base hit. Said finds the hole. O'Hearn will come in to score. And the Orioles have a lead. It's 2-1 Baltimore. Said does it again.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. You believe in magic. Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Folks. Tell you what, looks like this looks like a contending score to me. Wade Cade Povich is pitching. We finally got a hit with 2 down from Said. Who else? Are we contending? Brian Roberts, are we contending right now? Well, yeah, I'd say right now we're looking pretty good. You never know. Adley Rutschman at the plate.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Contention. Two down, runner at first. Pitch. There goes Mullins. Throw down is high, and you could just tell that ball was looping in there. It wasn't a hard throw by Ruiz, and Mullins swipes his 5th bag of the season. Putting himself in a scoring position with 2 down, so if Adley can just get a base hit, we add on. Mullins doing everything. Mullins doing everything. This one's tapped to short. Abrams with a routine play, and that'll end the inning. But the Orioles have taken the lead. Ryan O'Hearn with an RBI hit. Ced Mullins with the clutch go-ahead RBI hit. We're halfway through. The Orioles lead it 2-1. I'll fix the scoreboard. Hold on. Not sure why it's jumping around like it is. Typically, it's all good once it's set up. Something like that. Okay. Should be all right. Folks. Just another night with your boy. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Looks like the folks that thinks this team won't contend this season. They're done letting their thoughts be known. I'm happy because, again, I'm about to call another, 140 games. I'd like to call those next 140 games, maybe at least the next 80 of them. I don't know. Thinking we do have a chance. Instead of feeling like, I don't know. Again, folks, do I let on like I'm trying to come up with some like unrealistic optimism? Well, I do believe I'm sitting here being rather critical of the way things are right now. So I'm not a blind optimist. But I'm also not a default pessimist either. I'm in that weird area called reason and logic. I don't know. Here's a tiny little baby sipping out of a soda cup. I'm sure that kid's not worried about Mateo or Morton or any of that. Here's Josh Bell. First pitch is a strike. Next pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Is it, Andre? How do you know? Let's just say, hypothetically, we go to the pen tonight and Cionel Perez is not a part of it. What makes you think we're done for? The rest of the pen's been pretty good. I know Soto gave up that go-ahead run last night, but he did just pitch last night, so I'm not expecting to see him either. We're probably going to see the mountain tonight, regardless of what the score is, just because, again, you got to get him out there. And this is the closest we've been, so here's a swing and a miss on a 3-1 pitch. Full count on Josh Bell. Ah, okay. Well, he also says the Nats are about to bust this open, like one comment earlier, so maybe not. Payoff pitch is swung on and missed. A curveball from Povich.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
We got a couple of we got a couple of Charlies, folks. We got Povich, who's got a great uncle Charlie, and then we got Morton, who's more like great-grandfather Charlie. Two different Charlies in the family right now. Swing and a miss by Dylan Cruz as Povich gets ahead of another batter. This is shaping up to be Povich's best start of the season right now. Here's a ground ball to Henderson on one bounce. He throws a seed to first. 2 down. 61 pitches, 2 out in the 5th. Cade Povich is, dare I say, cruising at the moment. About to face the number 9 hitter. Look at that first pitch. Unhittable. On the outside at the knees for strike 1. Next one's fouled away. 2 down and now an 0-2 count on Garcia. Put him away quick, Cade. You're getting me pumped right now. Pitch. That one's hit softly third base side. Go foul. It does not, and there's no play. That ball bounced softly over the third base bag, and Westberg can just put it in his pocket. That's just bad luck. There is nothing you can say. Curveball was in a decent location. The batter had no intention of trying to hit a slow roller right over the third base bag, but he's on base now, is Garcia. With 2 down, here's Abrams. And that first pitch is low and away. Let's hope we can get out of this inning without that weird 2-out hit hurting us. 1-0 pitch. That one is hit in the left, and Mullins is going to make a nice running catch. Mullins turned on the jets immediately to track this one down. It did not stay in the air long, and this inning is over. 5 innings of 1-run ball from Cade Povich. And has he still not walked anybody? Has my boy still not walked anybody? Oh, he has 1 walk. Okay. 4 hits and a walk. So that's a whip of a flat 1 through 5. No home run balls. And 5 Ks, striking out a batter per inning. Folks, this is what you call like a legit pitching line. This is a pitching line that you'd see on a contending team that's doing okay. Enjoy it while it's happening. That would be my advice. Wasn't somebody just saying the last time Povich was on here that he wants him DFA'd? And I had that brilliant conversation with the guy who thought, wouldn't it be the best to just DFA Povich? You know, the guy that just turned 25 like a week ago, who's not even had a full season in the majors, who has shown that when he is on that he can pitch, when he have the ability. You've got years of team control. You can send him down to AAA if he's not doing it right up here and work on things and give him another shot. Whatever. There's every reason to not DFA him, obviously. But these are the sort of comments that on a nightly basis I have to try and explain. And I'm the bad guy. And I'm the bad guy. Where's you from? What's that?
Where you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Gunnar Henderson.
His name's Gunner and he's dating my mom.
1-0 count. Leading off the top of the sixth. Gore still out there. Next pitch is a strike. Gunner's 0 for 2. We need a hit from him. Adley and Gunner. Adley's hitting 207. Gunner's hitting 206 right now. That one is fouled at the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Oh, take it back over here. Sorry about that. Rogers wasn't all that impressive, Michael. He gave up a home run to like the second batter he faced, or second pitch he threw, or something like that. Swing and a miss by Gunner on a terrible pitch low and in. I mean, this was a curveball that was, I guess Gunner thought it was going to break over the plate. It just went straight down. Was never in the zone. Ryan Mountcastle's up now. 1 down, nobody on.
Okay, mount up.
And that pitch is up and away. 96 fastball got away from Gore. The 1-0. That one's fouled off to the right. We got any other scores worth looking at? It's a Thursday, right? So not a full slate of games, I would assume. Probably some off days. Are the Yanks playing? Are the Red Sox playing? What the hell's going on? 1-1 pitch. Fouled off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. If they're both off, hey, we have a chance to gain ground no matter what, as long as we do our job. Red Sox lost. Okay. Mariners 4-3 over Boston earlier. All right. Yankees are off, I guess. Pitch is fouled away. Folks, the Yankees are coming to town. After this weekend, come Monday, at the Yard, it's on. Again, the road to that day is looking kind of ugly with the fact that we got to face a pretty good Detroit team and their Cy Young Award-winning ace on the mound in the final game there, the final game before the Yankees series. It's just kind of hard to look into the future and imagine that these Oriole hitters are going to feel confident coming out of a game against Scooble right before playing the Yankees the following night. But we're going to have to figure something out. We got a 2-2 count on Ryan Mountcastle. A 1 down, nobody on, top of the 6th. This pitch is fouled away off to the right. Yeah, all three pitches we're looking at have ERAs in the 2s, I believe. All 3 of them. So if it's time for those tectonic plates to shift, if it's time for things to start evening out over the course of a baseball season, then this series with Detroit, let's hope that this is one of those plate shifters. Or maybe Detroit's pitching isn't quite as good as it's shown. Maybe our hitting isn't quite as bad as it's been. And we surprisingly do something this weekend. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Popped up, right field, shallow. And the catch is made out there by Call for the second out. 2 down, top of the 6th, and Jordan Westberg. Westy, you had a big hit, right? How big was it? Oh, he had a hit. He's also struck out. Felt big to me. I don't know. I love this kid. He's still hitting 198. We got to get him over 200. Let's do it right now.
Well, West is that way.
First pitch. Swung on and missed on a curveball from Gore. That's what we want. A base hit here. to get his average above 200 again. Check swing, excuse me, swing for a foul ball off to the right. Gore up to 97 pitches. You would have to imagine this is his final inning. Oh, 2 pitch is up and away. Yeah, you know, it's the same kind of people, Matt, that last year said Ced Mullins and Ramon Arias have got to be off this team. Remember that? Here's a swing and a miss. Now, why is it that I stood up for those two players then, even though that they were struggling when everybody was calling for them to go? Why is it that I was able to see the value in them, but I can still show that I'm not going to just back every player? I'm telling you, Charlie Morton is done. Okay? I'm telling you, Cino Perez is a liability in our pen right now. I'm telling you, Jorge Mateo should not be in any starting lineup. Okay? I'm being honest. Okay? Not trying to, be discovered by Masson with a bunch of diplomatic responses to the way we're playing, okay? The product on the field lately has been really bad, but last night we showed a little bit of heart, a little bit of something that we're trying to, go out there and show up. I mean, game 1 of this series, we did not even show up. And the fact that it came after an off day and a 24-2 loss, for me, that was a reason for every fan out there to just, even if your rationale doesn't make sense, just you're mad, you're upset, you're frustrated, and it's warranted. You're entitled, okay? But man, oh man, you got to look at the big picture here. This is game number 24 of the season. We've got 138 more to go after this, right? I think I said it on the last stream. Every single year, there is a team that begins the season with a record very much like the one we have right now that goes on to the playoffs. I'm not saying all those same teams go on and win the pennant or the World Series, but they all, every year, at least one team like this turns it around and gets it in the playoffs. And considering our track record the last 2 seasons, considering the reinforcements that we should have in the rotation eventually, and just given the fact that we can't possibly play any frickin' worse than we've shown this past week, yeah, I think we can still contend. There, I said it. Alex Call with an 0-1 count. That pitch is off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cade Povich in his 6th inning of work. And that pitch looked a touch low, but Povich gets the call there from Maya Sanga, the home plate umpire. 1-2 on call. The 1-2, up and away. Povich just now hitting 70 pitches. Plenty left in the tank, you would think, to at least get through this 6th inning. He does have the tough hitters coming up here. Here's a slow roller, and look at Westberg get in front of Gunnar Henderson and make this play. Luckily, Gunnar didn't trip him up. Luckily, they didn't collide. Jordan Westberg cuts off Henderson on this slow, about a 2-hopper, 3-hopper. Westy has the better angle. And he makes the play. Nice play, Jordan. Definitely the mountain, Michael. We'll probably need a lefty somewhere. So I'm thinking Aiken is going to be in this. After that, I don't know. We saw Baker and Soto last night, right? And Dominguez for a minute. I just don't want to see Perez, obviously, in a game that's this close where we're trying to win a game. Wood at the plate. He's got a 2-0 count. 1 down, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1 Baltimore. That pitch is right in there. Change, off-speed pitch, a sweeper at 83 miles an hour. Again, no inning tonight has Cade Povich thrown more than 15 pitches. That is very, very good. Called strike at the bottom of the zone. That might be my favorite stat in his start, is the fact that the pitch count, he's kept it under control like that. 2-2. Fouled away by Wood. We'll do it again. So yeah, Cano maybe, but definitely Felix after that. I would say Aiken and Felix and Cano, those would be your final 3 innings, if I had to guess. Wood gets into one to left center field. Mullins is on the track and makes the basket catch. Oh, Said with those soft hands, able to corral this one on the run deep in left center field. Povich keeping Wood in the park. There's a little bit of a cutout angle that right at that part of the gap in the left field. Here's Keibert Ruiz. First pitch swinging. Ground ball. Third base. Westy over to first in time. 6 complete innings from Cade Povich with 1 run on the board. Can we please give this guy a little insurance? We go to the 7th. The Orioles still lead at 2-1. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, wait. Gosh, I've been doing a bad job tonight, flipping back and forth. I go over here, then when the game comes on, I should go over here. And then between innings, I try to come back over here. And I don't know. I'm off my game tonight. Did Povich start this game? No, it was Morton, and Povich came in after the first 8 batters reached. And since he's been great. No, yeah, Povich started. Dingleberry is here. Catching fire. This is a team that you know, God, I think we can. I think we can. What we saw against the Reds, what we saw the first game of this series, I had no answers as far as like, well, what can you hang your hat on, BW, to make us feel like this team's going to turn things around? But yeah, the more I think about it, it goes back to, like I said, first half of the season, if we can just tread water, we get to the All-Star break, even if we're like 5 games under, even 6 or 7, it's not over. It's not over. We just can't let it get crazy out of control. And then you're hoping reinforcements and a building sense of morale and optimism. And dare I say it, we start flexing out there a little bit. Been a long time since I've seen us flex. Tell you that. We were flexing opening day. We were flexing. But like mid-season flex, it's been a while. All right, there's a new arm out here, another lefty. The Nationals have basically exclusively gone to lefty. They've had 2 lefty starters out of the 3, and when they've gone to the pen, it's normally been to a lefty. Ferrer, who's already made 1 appearance in this series, is on the mound, and his first pitch gets away for ball 1 to Heston Kjerstad. Folks, please silence in the Charm City chat. Erstad has struck out both times so far tonight. And he is sitting on a 1-1 count after looking at strike one. Oh, see? I almost did it again. Get you back over here. You see, folks? It just goes to show. I never really look at myself much when I'm doing this. Comebacker. That'll be in her first out. First at 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts and a ball hit back to the pitcher. Not too good of a night for him, but maybe he'll get one more shot at it. In fact, he will get one more shot, unless the Orioles go 0 for 9 to end the ball game. Ramon Laureano now at the plate.
Ramon just threw a rock at me.
That ball's fouled straight back. And Laureano courteous enough to pick up his own foul ball and get it out of the way. I don't know. Am I looking too pink? It's the lighting probably. Here's a ball hit softly to third. And that's going to be a ground ball out for Laureano with Rosario making the play at the hot corner. Where's this? I'm going to try the completely off button. Okay. You see, there's so much nice sunlight back here going to waste. Well, it feels less hot in here, that's for sure. Ryan O'Hearn at the plate is a big part of that rally to give us the lead. RBI singled and came around to score the go-ahead run. He now has an 0-2 count against Ferrer.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Yeah, I might have to go with the static background. Swing and a miss, and O'Hearn goes down on 3 pitches. That was quick. Lefty reliever comes in and does his job for the Nationals. Ferrer, 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Folks, it's been a while since we've done this with a lead, so I want no excuses for not participating in this one. It's time to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in the chat, folks.
Thank God I'm a country boy. 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 Thank God I'm a country boy.
Let's go. Cake it up. Cake it up. Ooh, ooh, cake it up. Dance all night, eating cakes. Sorry. Did I mention I'm a big Cars fan? Hey, folks. How you doing tonight, huh? Did I piss you off yet? Folks, at this point, you should consider it an honor if I piss you off, right? It's sort of like, oh, you're that guy tonight. You know, if you go see Bill Burr do stand-up, and there's that one person in the crowd that Bill Burr's like, well, what the hell are you doing, huh? What are you doing over there? And everybody has a laugh, and Bill just goes back to doing his thing. Yeah, it's like that. Except I'm nowhere near as talented as a Bill Burr, okay? I'm self-aware. I'm not that. I'm just using an example that we can all sort of latch on to, you know? So, yeah. Or Don Rickles. Remember him? Come on. Who didn't want to get roasted by Don Rickles? It was an honor for Don Rickles to come up and insult you. First pitch ground ball by Nathaniel Lowe to second base, and Cade Povich is out here to begin the 7th inning, and he gets a first pitch out. Cade, I'm ready to go 7 Povich. He's still under 80 pitches. 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. I love how you got to tag it with a probably. At least, Robert, if you're going to do that to me, at least say probably. Come on. I hope I sing better than Don Rickles. Come on, man. Talk about a backhanded compliment. 1-1 the count on Rosario. Probably. Probably sing better. More cakes are coming in, folks. Getting me hungry now. 2-1 on Rosario. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. 2-1 Baltimore. Let's go. Pitch. Popped up. On the infield. Coming in is Mountie. He's got it. 2 down. 1 more out for 7 innings from Povich. Somebody was ready to DFA him. Somebody please get that guy a job in the front office. Great take. Just a really sound take. Guy's really obviously watching Cade Povich. Oh, I forgot what the reason was. He sucks. That was the reasoning. Why would you DFA Povich? He sucks. Okay. Hot take. 1-0 the count on Josh Bell. Come on, 1 more out, buddy. That's a called strike, 1-1. I'm confident. I'm hungry. I'm hungry for more than one thing. Robert with another super sticker. He's shocked. There's a foul tip at the plate. We got 2 strikes on Bell, folks. 1 more strike. 86 pitches from Povich. Go. Robert with the super chat.
Message for you, son.
Super sticker. Sorry.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Let's go. 1-2. Curveball. Tapped to short. Gunner drops it. Oh, my God. Gunner, you know how slow a runner Josh Bell is? All you have to do is just don't make it such a rushed job, dude. What are you doing? Dude, get in front of it and then just plant your feet and throw. What is this throw? You're trying to make every play on the run. You didn't have to do it like that, man. And Povich is now not going to be able to get through 7 because here comes Brandon Hyde to make the change. Gunnar Henderson robs Cade Povich of 7 complete innings. E6. Oriole fans in the crowd are giving Cade Povich a well-deserved round of applause, a standing ovation from Oriole fans at Nationals Park. It's the Bell Atlantic called to the bullpen. Oh, wow. By doing that thing where I'm like, good grief, I really gave my hair a lot of bounce. Is that the secret to having hair bounce? You just constantly go like this? Okay. I've been learning a lot about hair since studying Brian Roberts here the past week. Oh, it's an error all the way. Why wouldn't it be an error? Error all day. That is an E6. The hitter coming up is going to be Dylan Cruz. Otay. So he's a right-handed bat, right? So we're going to a righty. Was it Cano coming out? Did I already announce that? I think they're trying to get like Povich to Cano right to the mountain if they could, but you got Aiken in there to get a couple of lefty. Yeah, here's how I see it, folks. Here's the drill. Cano hopefully just ends this inning now. Because after that, we got some lefties coming up. Abrams and Wood at the top of the order. That's where Aiken comes in, I would think. I don't think they're going to go with Soto again for a second straight night after giving up that go-ahead run last night. Even if he had the stamina to pitch back-to-back nights, just the fact that if he did come in and blow this lead, it would just be too demoralizing. You got to turn to Aiken. And again, Perez, for me, is not an option. So Cano for now, with the righty up. Might keep him in there to face Garcia. And other than that, I think once you get to Abrams, you got to go to Aiken. We'll see if he's up in the pen. All right, here we go. Cruz at the plate. First pitch is hit to the right side. Right to Mountie. It's a fair ball. He just has to turn with his leg. Tap the base. One pitch. Inning over. Cano. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. On to the 8th inning. Please add on to this lead. The Orioles lead it 2-1. Hang on tightly. It's Mateo, Mullins, and Rutschman due up. I mean, look, we gave Jorge... Look, you said you don't want Jorge to get... what was it? Rusty, or you don't want him to... Whatever. He's started the game. He's been involved. He's played 7 innings of baseball. He's had a couple of at-bats. He's done nothing. Please pinch hit for this guy. He's leading off an inning. We need more runs. Pinch hit for Mateo. Even if they go from a lefty who's out there now to a righty, I don't think they will, because I don't think they care about which side throws at Mateo. You gotta pinch hit for Mateo. What are you doing? We got Holiday a lefty. We got Arias a righty. Doesn't even matter who they go to. We've got a better option. Do not let this guy lead off this inning. You see that? We got some more. We got actual super chats coming in. Hold on, folks. I'm ranting.
Message for you, son. Message for you, son.
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
Zachary Hawley says, Did I do that message justice? And El Duderino, thank you, Zachary. El Duderino says, all right, good job from the mound. Now get the bats going. Agreed, with a bicep flex. Hey, look, folks, with the chat sort of blocking, makes it almost look like I actually have a bicep. It's I'm sorry. It's this screen. All right, almost looks like I got a bicep, right? Because you can't really see. All right, here we go. That pitch hits. Jackson Holiday does pinch hit for Mateo. First pitch hits him on the foot. And we got a fast runner at first to begin the 8th. How about that? Folks, the super chats keep on coming. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. BW's gonna lose control and he thinks he likes it. Ooh-wee. Said Mullins, folks.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Robert says, agree, Baxter Ray, insurance runs needed. Here is a strike to Mullins. It's 1-1. Runner at first, Holiday. Speed on the base. Speed at the plate. Let's score some more before it's too late. I'm a poet, folks. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. 1 for 3 tonight is Mullins. Come on, Charm City chat. The 1-2 is high, 2-2. This is going to be another long AB from Mullins. He got the feeling. By the way, Henry is on the pitch now for the Nationals. A right-hander. 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. There goes Mullins with his full count again. said, you know what to do. So do it. That pitch is a called strike 3. Throw down a second. Holiday is safe. All right. We trade a strikeout for a stolen base. 1 down. Runner at second. That was a tough call, strike 3. That was pretty high, especially consider the catcher was basically jumping up to throw while receiving that pitch, obscuring the view of the umpire all the more. We got Adley Rutschman coming up. Man, is he due. Come on, Adley. Come on, dude. Come on, man. You're the leader of this team. That's been your moniker now since the day you showed up, man. You gotta give us that feeling on the field that you're that guy.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
We need you, buddy. First pitch inside, ball 1. Everybody in the Charm City chat wants you to succeed, Adley. We know what the real you can be, and we need it. Check on the runner at second. Holiday back. So Henry, it would appear this is his first appearance of the season. He has no record, no ERA, no nothing. So I told you I didn't know much about him. I can't even tell you anything. I guess they brought him up from AAA. There's a curveball that drops in for a strike. Not a whole lot of break on the curve, but it breaks very sharply. Gregory Soto is the lefty up. They're going to go to him for back-to-back games. I mean, if we can have more than a 1-run lead, I guess I'm okay with it. But, man, a 1-run lead. Called strike, belt high on the outside corner. And Rutschman is down on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Plenty of speed at second to score on anything hit in the outfield. The 1-2. Henry looks at Holiday a couple of times. That pitch is a called strike 3. Adley, come on, dude. Two down for Gunner. Come on, buddy.
His name's Gunner, and he's dating my mom.
It's too soon to go to a new pitcher, right? Yeah, so this is just a mound meeting. Talk about what to do with Gunner up and first base open. The Orioles have Mountie on deck, and since Kerstad's in the lineup, you don't have usually in this spot against the lefty starter, and then you got a righty coming in and Mountie due up. You think about maybe going to O'Hearn here, but he's already in the lineup. Holiday's already into the lineup now, pinch hitting for Mateo. They may want to pitch around Gunner here and go after Mountcastle. I think they think we don't really have another guy to go to. And that matchup might agree with them more. Umpires pointing all over the place for what, I don't know. What's all these what's all this? What's all this pointing by the umpire? First pitch is high. Oh, was he indicating that the count is already 1-0? Maybe because of some sort of a timer violation. I think I just heard Kevin Brown say. So scoreboard showing 1-0, but it may be 2-0 on Gunner. Scoreboard reflects 2-0, and now the pitch is outside. It's 3-0. It looks pretty clear to me that they are pitching around Gunner here. And now they're just going to give Gunner first base. Why all the pomp and circumstance? What are we doing? Just put 4 fingers up and say put him on. What are we doing? That was just silliness. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. Again, because of tonight's lineup, we don't really have the right pinch hitter for an option. Hopefully Mountie can figure it out. He's 0 for 2. He's just fouled the first pitch straight back. We need you, buddy.
Okay, mount up.
We need that insurance. We really, really do. We gotta have that breathing space. Come on, buddy. 0-1. That's foul back. It's 0-2. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 8th. The Orioles with a 2-1 lead. Trying to take a game out of this series. Avoid their first sweep of the season. Get on a plane to Detroit with something positive to take with them. 0-2 pitch. Low and away, and Mountie lays off. That pitch started low and away. So the fact that it broke even farther away, Mountcastle had already decided, I'm not looking at that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. And he goes after one off the plate. See, that's what you do. You start a pitch like that on the outside corner. Mountie will go after it, and then it breaks away, and he whiffs like that. All right, folks, no insurance, at least not in the 8th inning. We do have another trip to the plate, but we also have to go out here and maintain this lead. 6 outs to get with a 1-run lead at the moment. Cano finished the 7th. Just 1 pitch. But here's the deal. As far as I know, 3 of the next 4 hitters are left-handed, and we're talking about 2 of them being the best hitters on the team, Abrams and Wood. So you go right to Soto now, I would think. If you've warmed him up. That's got to be what's going to happen, folks. Soto should come out to start this next inning and Cano 1 pitch outing. So don't you tell me he's not available tomorrow. Hell, he could pitch the next 2 days. This was nothing. 1 pitch for Cano. And if we hold this score, if we win, he gets a hold. And that means something to a relief pitcher negotiating a contract. Gets to come out here, throw 1 pitch, and get a hold. If Joey Ramone can write a children's book, then we can come out of the slow start. Man, I got to tell you, there's been a lot of weird celebrities to write children's books. I don't know why you picked Joey Ramone. To me, he's been a kid at heart his whole life. I mean, the Ramones are all about just having fun. It's like if a punk band, it's like Muppet Babies were a punk band. I don't know. Is that a bad analogy? I don't know. I think Joey Ramone's perfect for a children's book. I've never read it. How bad is it? Maybe it's a bad book. But there have been like some politicians out there that have written children's book that I'm going like, really? Garcia with a ball hit into left center field. Mullins has got room and time to get under it for the first out in the 8th. Soto, 2 pitches to get the first out. I should write a children's book. I don't know. Do kids read anymore? Should it be a children's book or a children's app? Oh, shit. Whoops, I cursed. Hey, folks, no cursing. But my stream went down, and I got to get it back up. And I'm in the middle of smoking a roach, so I feel like Jeff Lebowski when he loses control of his car, when he drops the roach in his lap. I'm just kind of scrambling here. Hey, man, I got a beverage here. All right. C.J. Abrams at the plate. And he's got a 1-1 count. Pitch. Low and away on a sweeper. You know, new information has come to light, okay? It may not just be like, such a up and in on Abrams that turns him around. And the count 3-1. That's a bummer, man. That's a bummer. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. I'm just going to stop by a cash machine. I'll be right back. Folks, we just hit the 2-hour mark of this game, and we're in the bottom of the 8th. This ball's hitting the right, but it's just a pop-up right behind first. Mountcastle's got it. 2 down. 2 down. Soto doing his job so far. And if you can get this guy, Call, the only right-hander he's got to put up with, but you got that lefty Wood on deck. Leave him for the mountain. Let's get this final out here in the 8th. First pitch is high for ball 1. Soto kicks and deals. Just a bit inside. 2-0. Thanks so much again, folks, for the super chats and super stickers tonight. We've been on a bit of a run. Keep on keeping on. We might break a record. 3-0 on Call. I mean, look, I get it. He's the one righty, but don't pitch around him to get to James Wood. Come on, man. Throw a strike here, Soto. There's one. 3-1 the count. 96 on a sinker. Refresh my game. Oh, thanks, Janet. That was like 5 minutes ago. Ball hit up towards second. Over to first in time. Soto with a scoreless inning of work. And we go to the 9th. We've only gotten 4 hits tonight. We can't win like this often, but Cade Povich has pitched to Jim, and the bullpen has been doing its thing so far. The mountain will come out for the 9th, but we got one more chance to add on, folks. Top of the 9th coming up, 2-1 Baltimore. Let's go. I wish I could play that hold music for you folks, but I'm going to have to just wait for the stats. They give you this ambiguous message about how using this song, like I did yesterday for the chill music, using this song means you'll be sharing the ad revenue with the music maker. And again, I went to a site that advertises as, like copyright free, royalty free, like free to use music. And I use it and I get that notice. So when it happened before, I would just immediately go in and edit out the song because that way I don't lose anything. But I'm actually letting it stay for this one time so I can see precisely how much they're taking out. Because if it's a couple of pennies, which is really all it should be, then I guess I'll just keep the music. I don't mind a couple of pennies going for the music, but I mean, if they're taking out some stupid amount of money, then you know, what do I look like? Don't answer that. Don't answer what I look like. Let's see. That's the okay. So it looks like the report has come in. You got to wait about 24 hours to get the information back. I don't see anything about that song in here. Why can't they just tell you? All right, whatever. Here we go. Top of the ninth. First pitch to Westberg is popped foul out of play. I'll never know. I mean, I can't sit here without knowing and continue to use the music. Maybe I can find one that will. I mean, last year I found something that worked. Westberg pops this up. It's on the infield, right near the second base bag. Shortstop Abrams with the catch, one away. Kjerstad and Laureano due up next. Hey, folks, we're 5 likes away from 100, and there's well over 100 of you here, which means we can hit 100 right now. Do us a favor, why don't you, while Kjerstad is batting? Swing and a miss. Been an ugly night so far for Silent J at the plate. Couple of strikeouts and a comebacker to the pitcher. He takes one upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1 Orioles, top of the ninth, and there's the mountain getting loose. Felix Bautista. Chance to get his 3rd save of the season. This pitch is outside. 2-1. Just 2 likes away now, folks. Let's go. Let's hit that milestone. Folks, we had over 125 likes last night, and we lost that game. That pitch is fouled away. It's 2-2. You want to win a game? Why don't we break last night's record, folks? Let's go. There's 99. Hey, you. You in the hat. You're number 100. There you go. Look at that, folks. See what a little bit of encouragement does? That pitch is upstairs. We got a full count, and for that, folks, you get a bugle. See what I do? You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Let's go. Full count for Kjerstad. Pitch. He struck out. Bad night at the plate for Kjerstad. All right. Now the deal is, folks, hold on. Hold everything. If something bad happens, that doesn't mean you unlike, okay? So just, I guess there's a first pitch strike to Laureano. You know. If you put a little money in the collection plate, and then the guy up at the podium says something you don't like, or something like that, you don't run back and take your dollar out of the collection plate, right? Yeah. So leave the like as soon after you're done. Just, am I over explaining this? 1-1 pitch is a called strike at the belt on the inside corner. 1-2 on Laureano. Bases empty, 2 down, top of the ninth. Pitch. That ball's stroked. Left center. Can it find the gap? No. It's chased down out there by Cruz, and the inning is over. Folks, I think you know what time it is.
Mountain, this is what it's all about. Mountain, this is what it's all about.
Folks, there is a large man making his way from the outfield, and he's got one thing on his mind right now.
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
Let's go.
Do you believe in me?
I hope you do.
This is great iced tea.
I know it is.
We're on a mission from God.
That's damn right. All right. Folks.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Baltimore trying to avoid a sweep. Things aren't great in the first month of this team, but guess what? As we wait for things to get better, and if we can hold on with this game, we can at least say, hey, well, we haven't been swept yet. We remember that long time where we did not get swept? Why am I talking like Justin Wilson right now? A little bit of onion, a little bit of cayenne pepper, and a little bit of onion. Woo-wee. I don't know where that came from. The point is, we trying to, keep the brooms in the closet. Let's go. Brian Roberts. The eyebrows are low. I'm happy the eyebrows are low on Brian. Okay. Brian might have gotten my message. He might have. There's an outside chance. Don't think there isn't. Come on, Felix. 1, 2, 3. So that sounds good to me. He has had trouble with the walks in this first month back. Let's trust our stuff and let's attack. You're a closer, my friend. One of the best. Let's go. James Wood at the plate. First pitches. See, that's what I'm talking about. Not a good first pitch. Come on, Mountain. Just, no need to get cute. That slider was nowhere around the plate. That's a perfect fastball. Look at that inside edge at 90-something. I didn't quite catch it, but I'm sure it was upper. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another one. Swung on a miss. Actually, that's the splitter. And the location on that one could not have been any better. If you can spot the fastball in one corner and then the splitter on the other like that, this dude's toast. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, that's vintage Mountain. Those last 3 pitches were vintage Mountain. Oh, my goodness.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Folks, that's what a guy who closes the door does. Gives the batter no chance. Here is Keibert Ruiz, and he pops it up. It'll get out of play. In on his hands. He couldn't do anything with it. Sawed him off. Come on, Mountain. Oh, please tell me you're back. We need you to be available on back-to-back days. We might need you back-to-back days for that Yankee series, man. If they said it would be a little bit, I think a month and change is a little bit, and that Yankee series to me says if we need you back-to-back days, now's the time to try. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. A splitter. Come on, Charm City chat. Let me hear you. Make some noise. 0-2 on Ruiz. Pitch. Up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bautista from the belt. The 1-2. That is tapped. Bautista is going to miss the ball. There was only 1 play. Bautista had to field it toward the first base side, and then his momentum would have gotten him to the bag, but he forgot to pick up the ball. The glove just missed it, And the runner will be safe. One down with the potential tying run for the Nats now at first. Nathaniel Lowe at the plate, 0 for 3 tonight. Shake it off, Felix. There's a check on the runner. He's back. So Nasim Nunez is now pinch running, I guess. And he's got a pretty big lead out there right now. There he goes. Here's the throw down, and it is not in time, and Gunnar says check it. Nothing to lose. Brandon Hyde emphatically motions for the headphones as if to say, challenge this, you SOB. Adley Rutschman was so ready to throw on this pitch. There's the ball. Here comes the tag. Why aren't you putting the glove on the base to make the tag? Hey, what happened to the stream? What the hell? Where'd my stream go? Am I still on? Am I still on? Hello? Yeah, but man, Gunnar, you got to put the glove down on the base. I hope there's a way to overturn this. I mean, there's a chance. I didn't think we'd get the call overturned in our favor last night, and it did. On that holiday pickoff move. Call stands. But that's all on Gunnar. Gunnar's got to know, man. As soon as you make that catch, slap it right there on the front side of the base where you know that, I mean, you got to know that, man. He's reaching for the wrong part of the body. One out, runner at second. Want to know the count on Lowe. Here we go. Am I on? I don't even know if I'm on. This pitch is low. It's 2-0. Say hello, BW, or how you doing there, pal? Things are sounding great. I don't know. Let me know, because I have no idea if I'm on right now. Okay, thank you, George. 2-0 the count. That ball's hit in the air, left side, long run. Looks like it's going to be out of reach of everybody, and it just does drop on the other side of the screen. Count now is 2-1 on Lowe. Folks, if you're just tuning in and wondering why it looks really looks like a static tube TV from the 1970s, I turned off the light. The studio light, if you want to call it that. 2-1 pitch is hit to second. Holiday to first, I think. No, who's over there? Yeah, Holiday to first. 2 down. Okay, here we go. There's a runner at third. We know. All you want to do is just worry about getting the out. Don't give up the hit. It's Ahmed Rosario, a right-hander. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He has scored the only run of the night for the Nationals. He had a double earlier in the ball game. Here we go. Pitch. Perfect. A sinking fastball at 98, top of the zone, outside corner. The 0-1. Another one. This one's foul back. Top of the zone. Might have been a ball. And 1 strike left for the Nationals. By the way, Nunez is at third base, if I didn't already indicate. Yeah, I think I did. So here we go. 0-2. Come on, folks. The 0-2 pitch. Spiked in the dirt. 1-2. Rutschman smothers it in front of him. Okay, 1 waste pitch. Let's get back to business. You got the stuff to blow this guy away, Mountain. I know you do. The 1-2 pitch. Come on, buddy. Here it is. Check swing. Did he go? Appeal. No swing. Says the first base ump. And I'd like to check that again, but we don't have the time, do we? That is very close. It is 2-2. The pitch. Popped up. Out of play. Hang on, folks. Hang on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in the bottom of the ninth. The Orioles trying to win 2-1. Nationals have a runner at third. Bautista kicks and deals. A breaking ball. Oh, slider just missed low and away. Full count. The payoff pitch. Hit towards short. Gunner, Fields, throws. We got him! The Orioles survive. We avoid the sweep. The pitching comes through in a major way on a night where the offense can only muster 4 hits and 2 runs. The worst pitching in baseball just got the job done. 2-1 Baltimore. Exhale, folks.
It's magic, you know. It's magic. On a magic carpet ride. On a magic carpet ride. Who believe in magic? Break out. Sugar.
Folks, look, it's not like we're going to turn around what's been going wrong with these amazing, everything's working, we're crushing the other team kind of a win. No, we're going to have to gut these wins out, okay? Hopefully, some nights when the pitching isn't there, the bats will be there to pick it up. Tonight, the bats did just enough. The pitchers picked it up. We win a dead ball era kind of game, 2-1. These teams combined for just 9 hits. Both teams left 5 men on base. The Orioles, the 1 error. Avoid the sweep. We win our 10th win of the season, folks. Guess what? Double-digit wins. We were one of only 4 teams left coming into today to not get to double-digit wins. That is now history. We head to Detroit. And yes, we will take a look, a little preview at what's ahead of us there. Again, don't expect to hear promising news. But I'll tell you this, not often we get a post-game interview after a win and get to talk to somebody and, be happy about something. Ryan O'Hearn talking to Melanie Newman. And again, Ryan O'Hearn, never gets a chance to face lefties. What does he do? Comes up with the biggest hit of the night against a pretty good lefty in Mackenzie Gore. He's pretty good, guys. I think it's safe to say Ryan O'Hearn is what we call in the here in the biz. Let me let you in on a little secret. Here in the biz, he's what we call a everyday player. Ryan O'Hearn, everyday player. Take that platoon tag off, why don't you?
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
All right. Sound like a plan until further notice? Ryan O'Hearn, everyday player. Maybe Mounties not playing against righties as much anymore. Maybe against lefties, it's not always going to be Adley catches or Adley DHs and Sanchez catches. Maybe just sit Adley when he needs a rest. The way he's hitting and the way Sanchez is. Why about we do it that way? Instead of putting two catchers into the lineup just because we thought it was a good idea on paper in the offseason. Why don't we start making the adjustments? And that way we can make guys that are hitting right now play more. Anybody following this logic? I don't know. I'm a goofy guy with goofy ideas. Look at me. Look how goofy I am. You won't see Brian. Wait. This is Brian Roberts. All right, here we go. All right. We're going now straight down to B-Rob. Is that? Hold on. There we go. All right, folks. Well, you got to feel good about that one, right? I mean, we had strong pitching start to finish. Cade Povich. I mean, you saw it. And let's see. Actually, for Brian, you know what happened? The eyebrows went down tonight. The eyebrows went down, and things got better. I blame Brian Roberts' raised eyebrows for our struggles, and now things are fixed going forward. That's what I see. That's my analysis. I know what I'm talking about. All right. I'm just happy to win, folks. Do you notice a change in my personality when we win a ball game? Yeah. Man, it is hot in here. I'm amazed I haven't sweated more, especially considering how close that game was. Bird watching Brian Roberts. So we're going to look ahead at this Detroit series. Excuse me. I look at this on paper with the pitching matchups, and it's hard to feel too optimistic. But hey, we just won a ball game. We gritted it out. The pitching is what did it. So happy for Cade Povich too, by the way. I mean, folks, he got booed in front of his own home crowd his last time out. And look at that response. Can we just pause for a second and do this? For Cade Povich. Dude got booed by like a packed house. That was that Friday night game, right? And being a guy of his age and experience, to bounce back like that, get his first win of the season, 7 strong innings. Hats off to Cade. I got to give him player of the game. Ryan O'Hearn with the big hit for the offense, but Cade Povich, hands down, your player of the game here tonight. He's now 1-2, ERA just a little bit over 5. And with another couple of starts, not necessarily as good as that, just decent starts. Couple of decent starts, and now we're talking that ERA gets down to 4. I still believe in Cade Povich. And, yeah, he's got a lot of qualities in a pitcher that I see that I like. And the fact that he's left-handed makes him all the more attractive. We don't have another lefty. And, yeah, that curveball was working tonight. All right, so the Tigers, the 3 pitching matchups that are on paper as of right now. I hope something changes on Saturday. But what you should expect for sure tomorrow night, it's going to be Brandon Young making his second start in the bigs. Remember, he made his debut in the one game we won against the Reds. Oh, yeah, so that was the Friday game, was Brandon Young's debut. He didn't qualify for the win. He didn't exactly dominate out there, but he kept us in the ball game, and the bat showed up. So that was that. No, that was game 2. You know what? I did get it backwards. You know what? When it comes to my recollection and dates, just whatever I say, it's 50-50. It might be wrong. So, the point is, this website just crashed. That's the second time my YouTube has crashed tonight. All right, so Melanie and Brian are Brian, there go the eyebrows. Come on, what is it because of Melanie? I think Melanie has some kind of effect on Brian Roberts. The eyebrows immediately go up. They cut to him in the booth several times during the game. No eyebrow action. Now Melanie's talking to him, and I gotta know. Something's going on there. I'm always poking around. Yeah, so the Tigers, the matchup. So Brandon Young against Casey Mize. Casey Mize, probably of the 3, maybe the most appealing. But this is a guy that was like a top draft pick when he was chosen, I don't know, about 7-8 years ago, 6-7. This guy's got the, what do you call it? There's a word for it. What's this guy got, BW? The pedigree. Thank you. He's got a pedigree, of a pitcher that can be very good. He's just, kind of had a ho-hum first half decade or so to his career. But, he's made the rotation this season. He's been pretty good. So Casey Mize on the mound against Brandon Young. Then it's Saturday. And Saturday is where you got to be scratching your head because as of right now, Charlie Morton is the announced pitcher. Is there a chance on the morning of that day there is a roster move and Kyle Gibson is suddenly the starter? I hope so. Because for me, throwing out Charlie Morton is basically saying we're punting the second game of this series. And he's up against Jackson Joby, a young, very talented, hard-throwing right-hander. He's only 22 years old. This guy is a baby, but he's already made his mark in the league. And then, if that ain't tough enough, Dean Kramer, he's been he got hit pretty hard his last time out there. And he's matched up against the reigning Cy Young Award winner, Tariq Skubal. So that's what's making it hard for me to feel optimistic about this 3-game series coming up. You got one where Morton is apparently starting, and then you got another one where the Tigers have got their reigning Cy Young Award winner starting. How do you look at those 2 games and go, Hey, we can. This is what's going to happen, folks. We're going to take the first game because it's the one that we have the best shot to take, right? And then you know what's going to happen? Weird baseball things between one of those next two games. This is the technical term. I'm sorry for this, inside terminology, but weird things happen in baseball. Skubal is definitely supposed to win on Sunday. Morton is definitely supposed to stink on Saturday. What if just one of those two slam dunk scenarios just goes belly up? And we sit there like we have as fans of baseball or any sport and go, well, damn, I didn't expect that. But that's baseball for you, or that's football for you, or whatever sport you want to say, right? So there's my prediction. BW wants to take a series we got no right taking. That's my plan. We're going to take a series we got no right taken and wind up this 6-game road trip 3-3. I'm bold like that. I'm bold. All right. Yeah, this froze over here. All right, I'm going to turn this off. I'm not going to stick around for the post-game press conference. And this other computer of mine is acting funny, so I need to hurry up and sign off. Starting to get hot in here. I need to get some breakfast. You know the drill. You guys have been here. You know what to do. One more like to 120. If it's one more, don't worry too much. If you're here, Mr. or Mrs. or Ms. or whatever, if you get 120, thanks so much. Otherwise, thanks to the other 119 for doing so, and I'm sure there will be at least one more like on the stream later. People watch this later at their own, there's a couple of hundred people that watch this later. Hello to them. So I want to say thanks to everyone in the Charm City chat. A lot of people coming in with super stickers and a couple of super chats tonight. Thanks to all of you guys for supporting the channel in that way. And hey, I don't know. I'm not saying anything, but that kind of activity produced a gritty win like this. Maybe we're on to something here. I'm very subtle, right? I'm so subtle. But you guys are totally generous. Don't worry about it. You're doing great. Let me see if there's another game I can send you to. Lately, there really hasn't been. But there could be. I'm going to look. And then I'll get out of here. We got something. Fitzy is calling basketball. JJ is covering the NFL draft. What would you guys rather... I mean, I've already announced who's covering what. What would you guys rather be watching? NFL draft coverage or a basketball game? Draft, says Janet. All right, I'll just take the first answer because I'm honestly not in the mood to stick around and wait for a giant sample size. All right, I'm going to take you over to play-by-play with JJ, who's covering the NFL draft. I had no idea that was going on. That shows you, again, folks, when the Orioles are playing, my attention is nowhere else. Nowhere else when it comes to sports. I can't. Because any minute I spend following what's going on in another sport is a minute I'm not spending not trying to figure out what the hell's going on with my team. And I gotta keep doing that. All right. Thanks again to the mods as well for the job they do. They're fantastic. Folks, we'll be back tomorrow night. Same, is it same time? What are we looking at? pretty much the same time. Yeah, I'll be on the air at 6:30 p.m. First pitch 10 minutes later. Brandon Young making his second Major League start. Last time he pitched, we won. That's all I know. Sending you now to JJ and the NFL Draft. Till then, folks, this has been the BirdWatcher. And I will chirp at you later. Folks, we won. Final score, Orioles 2, Nationals 1. Take care, folks.